Hello, and welcome to
Wow.
a podcast where we, Angelica Pasquini,
And Devin, Leary.
watch and discuss Couples Therapy Season 5. Before every episode, we want to let you know we're both in love with this show and its masterful observations on the human condition, love, companionship, and life itself. Okay?
That's real.
We are friends, humorous, and highly therapized individuals who are never punching down, okay? Or making fun of any of the brave souls who open their relationships
Never.
we filmed on this legendary series. Okay? That being said, we are comedians and we are going off because this show is our Super Bowl.
It
honey.
is.
Thank you.
Thanks. And welcome,
Oh my God.
world.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, season 5.
Yes. Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
Season 5,
So we love the show Couples Therapy.
period.
Season 5 just came out.
It just came out.
So-
Very strange because I didn't know Showtime was still on. But it's on Showtime, but it's on Paramount Plus. So I did have to sign up for that. I was like, okay, so now it's here. But it still says Showtime.
Nobody knows what that's about. Other than that, it's another thing to sign up for.
It's another thing to sign up
But
for.
I'm on my boyfriend's login.
I should have asked someone. It was one of those things where I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like, what's $14? And then in a year from now, I'll be like, what was 12 times $14? A lot,
honey. But we don't know
we don't know.
the amount, but we do know what it gives us.
It's priceless.
So I never really met anyone that I could talk about this show and that really understands like how amazing it is the way you do. Leslie, our mutual friend.
Yes.
My boyfriend, Devin, I got him into it. He's obsessed.
Well, I forgot that Eli says he watches it.
Okay.
What he means is he sees clips of it on TikTok and he said that he learns a lot from it. I'm like, well, you're not actually following their whole journey from start to finish,
Totally.
which is where you learn. Like when they first walk in, they're in the waiting room.
Yes.
Beginning of the season and they're like so guarded and they have their walls up and you can totally sense. And then you follow their journey. They reveal their innermost traumas.
Yeah.
You can't get that out of a TikTok clip.
You can't, but they do know what to clip
They do.
to really get people popping.
Yes.
So basically, if you're watching this, you're a fan, okay? If you're watching this, you're an Orna stan like us.
You're an ornithologist like us.
I'm afflicted with ornithology.
I am ornithologism. I have ornithologism.
First of all, I think she's the most beautiful person I've ever seen.
She's stunning. She's so stunning.
That's number one. Number two, I think she's masterful as a therapist. I think the
Yes.
work she does, I sit back, I pause it, I have to rewind it. I go, look what she just did there.
Yeah.
She is really, really good at what she does.
She's so present. Sometimes I try to pause it to see the books in the background because I'm like, I wonder what she's reading. Like, I feel like whatever she's reading is the Bible of how to relate to people.
Totally. I have one thing I don't love.
Okay, the dog.
But we're never gonna agree on this because you're a dogologist.
Agree. I'm a dogologist for sure. No, but I agree that it's weird that the dog is in the session.
Yeah, I just don't need that.
I just wouldn't be able to be present as a dog lover.
And as a dog mezza.
Is that Italian?
Yeah, like so and so. I feel so. People cancel me immediately. But you know what? The way I have to perform when a dog is around,
you have to
kind of, it takes away.
It's not authentic.
I'm dog pleasing.
You're dog pleasing.
I can't be doing that when I have. So we both have been to therapy before. I just want to touch on this really quick. My vibe in therapy, it's kind of a little bit intense, but like I'll wait outside. I don't like to waste any time. I wait. We open the door. I'm ready to talk. Like I'm always thinking of the money.
The money.
How are you when you open up the combo?
Well, I had therapy today. I'm always awkward opening up the combo. I don't know why.
Like what? Like,
I don't know why.
Like
because they're like, "How's everything going?" And this is what happens for me. Like, okay, so last week I was cyberbullied online. Period. I'm looking at the screen. That's not where the camera is. I should look there. Last week I was cyberbullied online, and I also what was the other bad? Oh, I had to do an assignment for a writing class that was like, write down 25 facts about yourself. And I was like I shouldn't have even been doing this assignment, but I started writing it and I'm like, well, I'm the worst person that's ever like all these things that are horrible. I'm like, oh yeah, in college I was like mean to this girl on my floor, and then I was like going to such a dark place. So I was like, I think something's wrong there. Like, and then I looked at the example my teacher sent because I didn't realize there was an example, and it was like the list of 25 things. For example, my mom has hazel eyes.
Right.
And I'm being like, on January 8th, 2012, I did I did the drama, like the movie.
Right.
No, but anyway, so I clearly am struggling mentally. And then I get to therapy today and he's like, how are you? I mean,
hey.
Okay, it's not he. Sorry. It is he, but it's complicated. So
sorry.
No, I have a woman therapist and a man psychiatrist, but sometimes I can use the psychiatrist as a therapist if I really need to. And today I was like you said, I'm paying, so I might as well just a professional say what's going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, how are you? And I'm like, good. And then I was like, well, there was a couple dips in mood that are maybe a sign of something.
Right.
But yeah, I'm always like, I'm good. And then like, I'll be like, actually, it was this. Unless...
Wow.
But sometimes there's so much that happens that I'll say like, okay, these are the 3 things. And my woman therapist is very good at being like at 45 minutes in, it's a full hour. She'll be like, okay, so we haven't yet gotten to point number 2. Do you want to stop and go there? And I really appreciate that. I also appreciate that she does a full hour because a lot of these people, 45 minutes only.
That last 15 that you're not getting is what you're thinking about the whole time.
Why is it?
It's a power move. It's a power move.
Or 50 minutes.
I respect it.
You do?
Everything that you're saying, if I was a therapist, I would be the same way. I would be thinking the whole time, like, let's put this into sections. And so in my mind, I'm thinking problem. The actual problem that they don't understand is actually what they really came here for. And then what can we round it out with? Like, that's how I would be thinking the whole time. I'd be thinking about time the whole time. So 45 minutes is kind of like, all right, you're on, like, we're going to do these 15-minute increments. I think that's what I would be doing.
That's fair.
So Orna does this, a glass sand, what's it called? The time thing? Wait, what is that called?
She does do
sand with the glass.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh my
sand
God.
With the glass.
Wait. Hold on. That is called a
sand with the glass.
Sand.
It's called a sand with the glass.
It's a
hourglass.
Oh yeah, girl.
Hourglass. That's exactly. How could we be blind to that?
So there's a Reddit, and then we'll get into this. But I just have to say, there is a couples therapy Reddit. I don't write on Reddit, but I like to look.
I write.
Nothing wrong with writing. I'm just saying that's just kind of my vibe.
Okay.
The couples therapy Reddit. One person wrote, I hate how she turns it and then opens the door. She flips it and then opens the door.
Does.
So she's kind of getting a couple seconds, shaving them off the top.
See, people online notice that, and that's why they cyberbully me.
Yeah, that's why.
No, but that's so funny. I didn't notice that. But okay, so this episode 1 of this season.
Yes.
We have our first couple that we see sitting in the waiting room, iconically, sitting right next to each other, is Marjorie and Jason.
John.
No, it's Jason.
Oh, it is?
I think it's Jason. Jason John. Or John?
Jay. Wow is what I'm going to say.
That's your wow. It's just them. So this was like our first signal into the overarching theme of the season, which is that we live in a divided, divisive time.
Yeah. This season 5. And by the way, guys, we're going to be doing episodes 1 and 2 today.
Yes.
Okay. That's the syllabus. 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
So we're starting off. It's first thing we see, BLM. We see
protests.
Rainbow flags. We see protests. We know where we are in time.
The B-roll is like,
goes crazy on this show. Hand holding, kissing, problems.
And how badly do you want to be in it? Like, I'm like, when is someone going to see me and Eli like being really cute on the street or fighting? And they're like, hey, can you sign this release? We just filmed you for couples therapy.
I would sign away in 1 second.
1 second.
In honor.
In honor.
I would be so happy. I know. Actually, we joke about that too, that when we're holding hands, we're like, we're just trying to get on the B-roll.
We're like doing something super cutesy in the printer. No, it's like a couple playing. Did you see one of the B-rolls was like a couple playing basketball together. I'm like, is that real? You guys go to the hoops, and
some people do be doing that.
They be doing games together like that in public.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we start with, how do you say
Unrest.
her name?
Oh, Marjorie.
Marjorie.
And he calls her Marge sometimes, which I like.
That's cute.
That's
pet
cute.
name.
I like
Marjorie and Jay, which we'll find out next episode if it's John or Jason. Stay tuned.
We will.
So, all right. So they have a cool look to me because they seem normal.
They
I don't like when you see all hot people on shows. Not that they're bad looking, spiraling. No, but they look. They're
very brave for just being themselves on the camera. No, they do. They look like someone you would see. She has like the shirt with the zipper up, like
Express.
It's Express.
Yeah, she's legendary.
I am obsessed with her.
Yes, why?
I love her.
Why?
Because, well, I can't remember which episode it was in. But it's like, she'll be like, okay, I know I need to work on being mean or interrupting him. And then he says one word and she's like, oh my God, no one cares. Nobody cares about that. So I love that.
She's a little dismissive.
She's a little dismissive, but she can't help herself from just being like loud and in charge. But I feel like she has no respect for him.
Yeah.
In a way that makes me respect her.
Right. So my thing is that he looks like the one that's going to be disrespectful and then it's her. So the irony there is interesting. But let's get into what their issues are.
Yes, their issues.
Okay. So we open up with that he's supported Trump and he voted for Trump. And that upsets her.
Yes.
And then we hear why he voted for him. And this is my favorite part of the episode. He says, I was into Trump. I'm not reading it verbatim, but I remember. He's like, I was into Trump before he was the president. Like I was into him before when he was a pop star. Back in the day when he was on Home Alone, the Tyson fights at the Taj Mahal.
He said it like, no, you need to understand how I'm different than everybody else. Yeah, it's like, no, we all saw that. But I didn't see him be a pop star. I mean, did I miss that? I guess.
My first thought was, that's so disrespectful to pop stars. Singing, dancing, putting themselves through what they go through. Trump is not a pop star.
He's not and never has been. He also said he's a normal guy. After saying all that, he's like, he was at the Taj Mahal with Tyson. He was a pop star. He was a normal guy. So
no.
No. And also, this is, I guess, where I started to feel for Marjorie because I was in 2014 started dating a guy who was like, oh, I've never voted. He was like 30 at the time. I was 20 something. He's like, I've never voted. Like, I'm not political. And I was like, no problem. 2015. Then it's 2016. That became a problem. And then he was like, I remember after Trump won, I was being extra in my own ways, like wearing like Love Trump's Hate shirt and being like, we're gonna change this, you guys. But he said, I'll never forget, because he didn't vote, obviously, but he's like, I think that I'm gonna give Trump a chance because my dad voted for him and my dad's the smartest person that I know. And I was like, so...
Sounds like his dad was a pop star.
His dad was at the Taj Mahal with Tyson. No, so that was where I started to feel like, okay, I get you, Marjorie, but now it's like, I mean, it's 10 years later.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane.
I remember with them thinking, like, you think you know what's going on, but I do think there's something deeper. I also like her, but the way she does dismiss him, which I respect that you like it. For me, it's like, girl, you're on the right side of history, but you're acting wrong, and it's not going to work for you.
Acting
Do you
wrong.
get what I'm saying? Like, it's in your delivery, if you're acting like that, you look like a tyrant, and that's not going to work for you.
And she also, okay, so I wrote something down here.
Yes. Hieroglyphics? It's hieroglyphics or notebooks and hieroglyphics.
Oh, okay. Orna said a couple is a mini political system.
I loved that.
So that was interesting because she was asking them about their views. And he, of course, it's like, I see what you're saying, because what's amazing about this show is they want to open our hearts and minds to everyone. And like, and on any other show, if they were on any other reality show, it would be like, he's the villain, hate him. Like, and Orna could very easily like dismiss him, but she's like, okay, what do you think Marjorie's views are? And he says women's rights.
Right.
And he can't explain more. And then she asks Marjorie what his views are. And she says, like, he's always just ranting and raving. Like, he gets his news on Facebook.
Yeah.
And she's like, so you both don't really know what's important to each other.
Because if you take out the morality of it, which is her job, you're just looking at what's all going on here. She's like, you guys aren't listening to each other.
You're not listening.
Now, before we move to the next one, I just want to say in episode 2, we do learn that John
or Jason two huge things. Okay. The family has 6 or 7 pets. Oh, yeah.
They said 6 or 7. I loved that.
He said, Marjorie's always shoving animals down my throat. And I said, whoa.
That sucks. That sucks.
That
Not
sucks.
me loving him, but I'm just saying, if someone said to me, I'm getting 6 and now we're getting 7 pets, that's too much pets.
Okay, but.
Go ahead.
I agree.
Pet lover.
And I agree. And when they did the B-roll of them at home, clearly New Jersey, by the way, just saying, I always try to figure out, I'm like, where are they?
Island.
Oh, maybe.
One of those.
But he said I go to Newark, so I don't know. Okay, anyway.
Oh, well, yeah. And when was he talking about that?
When he was
talking about,
was that in the wrong episode?
No.
When he was talking about the drug addiction.
Yeah, this is huge.
This is a huge drop. But another huge drop that I have to drop is that I can tell that none of Marjorie's pets are rescued. And if you're gonna say like you're an animal person, even her cats, I'm totally
how do you know?
Because her cats were what's it called? It's like a breeder type of cat. It's called
shit.
I forget what it's called. But basically, that wasn't a rescue cat. It's like, I wish I could think of the name. It's like Taylor Swift's cats. Like you can see like they're like a breeder cat. And it's one thing with breeding dogs, I think is great. People want a specific breed of dog. A cat is a cat. And there are street cats. Like if you're not going to rescue a cat, you're going to buy a cat. Like, are you really an animal? So that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
But
we're finding holes in her ethical...
her ethical
ways.
Yes.
Him being a heroin addict as a kid and then got all like the way Orna pulled it out of him. He was like, I got into drugs. What? Yeah, and one thing led to another. Okay.
And that came from the cat litter conversation.
Yes, because he likes to know at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, I do it. And then Orna's like, why is it so strict? And
why is it 6 p.m. on Tuesday?
And he's like, you want to know? I was a heroin addict. And then she's like, shit. So she's learning respect for him. I can't wait to see where we go with him because it's not what it looks like, A, but B, I don't like that. He likes Trump, obviously. But everything else, I actually am having respect for the way he's operating. But I know that something's coming.
No, I think that he's actually sweet with her.
Right.
Like, I think he cares for her. And she was like in a marriage before. She has older kids. Like, I can see him. I don't know. I'm like, I say this and then the kids come out and are like, he's horrible. But I'm like, I could see him being a good stepdad, like fixing stuff around the house, bringing structure, bringing regimens in when they like are going through a divorce and a hard time. So, but the other interesting wasn't it that they were moving? Oh, they're moving somewhere an hour away from where they are,
right?
But she's still gonna drive the kids to their same high school an hour there and back. And he's like, oh, you say you're gonna leave at 6 a.m. but you're not gonna get. He's like very frustrated with how chaotic that is. So in the beginning I was like, get over it, she wants to be there for her daughter. But then after hearing about like he just wants the dogs and also like he just wants there to be like stability, regimens.
Yeah, so he doesn't go off the rails.
So he doesn't go off the rails if he has to clean the cat litter at 6:30 p.m. on a Tuesday.
So I can't wait to see where they go because it looks to me like nothing is what it seems. But we're gonna be wrong about stuff just like when you're watching it, and then there's stuff
we haven't kept watching beyond.
That's the beauty.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
Next, Sienna and Chris, 13 years married. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. He cheated. He went through the platonic cuddling service to cheating pipeline. Okay? And Orna says to them that they have mutual dissociation. I love her. She goes, you guys, and then she goes, the girl's like, oh.
Wait, okay, so.
Like, what?
I do want to ask, did you know what platonic cuddling service
I've heard of it.
And I've never heard of it.
Scam, likely.
Paying scam likely when you're paying someone to platonically cuddle with you.
Yeah, and guess what? They all looked like big
Sydney
boobed,
Sweeney.
big boobed. He said big boobed, young looking women is what he had on.
I was like,
If you were paying for cuddling for just platonic comfort,
Holding.
wouldn't you choose like a big
cozy person,
Santa, an actor out of work on the summertime to be Santa?
A Santa,
a
actor
freelance
out
Santa
of work in the summer.
That's a perfect
so funny.
job for
No,
them.
that is a perfect job for them. But
That's not what he wanted.
Who do we think is hiring these services? So
someone like him.
So he ended up like he acts as if it happened against his will almost. He's like, and then we're platonic cuddling, and then it got out of hand, and suddenly we're like having sex. I'm like, I think they're running a business or a scam, so I can't see them being like the initiator of that.
I think that even them signing up, everybody knows what time it is when you're cuddling. Like, okay, especially if it's being paid and it's a service.
I don't cuddle out. That's the last thing I would pay for. That's
I know you're not like you're not cuddly.
I'm not cuddly at all. I'm like, we don't need to even. We don't need to.
I respect that
much. I mean, I love like a hug.
Oh yeah.
With Eli, like I haven't seen him in a while, but I'm not like, if I'm like looking for something outside, it wouldn't be some stranger holds you.
Well, that's he does have mommy problems. It's giving mother issue. But to me, honestly, that's just one of those things that people are cloaking in something else intellectual. But you want to cuddle, you want to pay for cuddling, then you what are you going to do? Swipe their hand away if they start
I know
over the pants rubbing?
Over the pants.
I think it's, you know what I think it is? I think it's someone who wants someone, and he was alluding to this. He wanted to be different. He wanted to be the manic pixie dream girl that changes the cuddle servicer's state of mind and goes, you know, I actually am in love with this person.
100%.
And that's what he got.
You're so right. Because he has that hair where
he's
you're like, oh,
he's
so you want to be different.
different.
He has a strange haircut that's like cut for a man bun, but he's not wearing a man bun.
Yeah.
Like it's when he wore it in a man bun, which I think it was episode 2, but I was like, oh, that's like how the hair is supposed to look. But when it's not in the man bun, it just looks kind of odd. But it's like he wants it to be odd.
He is cute. She's beautiful. She's 42. She's stunning. She feels old. He kind of like totally didn't need to do all this to her. She knows it. We'll see where this goes, but we're not even barely talking about her because she's not saying much. And Orna is calling that mutual dissociation. And I think that's cool.
Well, because also, so first of all,
Orna to say. Imagine if I was like, I love mutual dissociation. I do sometimes.
I hire people to mutually dissociate with me.
It's fun.
No. Well, also I have to say that. Okay, wait. This is something I wanted to say. So Chris and Sienna went to high school together, but didn't know each other.
Rival high schools.
Oh, rival.
That's what
but they're
said.
from the same area.
Yeah.
And then they like met when they were both adults living back.
Or visiting.
And she came up to him drunk and said, I want to sit on your face.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm so awkward. And he was like, he said, I just thought, I'm in love with you. Like, you're amazing. I'm like, it's so not awkward to go, I'm awkward.
I know. It's upsetting. It was that told me everything I needed to know.
You both think you're quirky when you're kind of basic, which just be basic.
Right. Just be basic, because being basic is really a privilege at this point.
It is.
Because you're just have money. I think basic means like what, Starbucks, Land Rover? Okay.
Yeah.
No
lucky
problem.
You.
That's not
great.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay for some people. I mean, for some people, that's their dream.
Oh, but anyway. Wait, sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, okay, sorry. I keep cutting you off.
No, go. I'm just laughing, thinking of us going to couples therapy because of this.
Because we keep interrupting each other.
Are we? Sorry.
He would dissociate. Oh, okay. So what I loved about her is she said he goes to a place where he's like criticizing her. And it's basically like he can't handle what I was reading from what he was saying was he can't handle any sort of like criticism because it reminds him of trying to be a perfect son growing up, because he had to be everything for his mom. So he's like, I'm always trying to be the perfect husband. Like, you know, I wake up one day and I have a wife and kids, which first of all, shut up.
That was horrible.
I woke up and I had a wife and kids. You got married. You had sex.
Sexual intercourse. With that woman.
It's enraging to be like, I woke up one day. It's like, okay.
I hate that.
So then if she criticizes him, like even as, I think they said an example of like, hey, you didn't do the dishes right or something. he goes to a place where he attacks her and she calls it dead shark eyes.
I love that.
Dead shark eyes. Because then you can picture it. I'm like, oh, I know exactly that.
Yeah, he goes dead shark mode.
And she said, and then I think if I was on fire, like he wouldn't even feel anything for me. And I've been in a relationship where I've been like, oh, I think if I was like dying right now, this person wouldn't care.
Oh my God.
Because you're like crying in front of them and they don't care. But then he said, which was interesting, he said, I can't even access feelings when I'm in dead shark mode.
When he's going dead shark mode.
And she's wanting him to like go have a feelings conversation and he's a dead shark. So they explained all that. And then they said, but for the most part, like everything is really good. And Orna's like, what do you mean for the most? Like there is no most part. That's like dead shark eyes is
I think his really biggest issue is that he is dead shark eyes mode. And she says, I'm a very open person. I would have allowed this and that and this and that.
Oh,
and so he had to do the one thing that she wouldn't know about. This is about him. But like I said before, us not knowing anything about her at all, there's got to be something going on deep in there. Because she's getting something out of being with someone who goes dead shark mode. And we will learn what that is. Because usually the quiet one is the one that has... They're getting something out of being with someone who seems dead shark.
Seems dead.
Next.
Yes.
Next.
Okay, next.
Shay and Clinton.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say off the bat,
okay.
My first note, she hates him.
Wow. Yeah.
She hates him.
Well, yeah. Well, let's say, okay, so she's trans and she's OG trans. She's cool too about it because she's like, I've been living this life like before that. Like she's like walked this walk for a while and she's very like that's kind of not successful. What she's not like she's like that's not what I'm here. It's always imbued in her story, but she's like I went through the discovery of that like 20 years ago is what she was talking about, which I would think it was cool to learn from that perspective, to have someone on the show with that perspective.
Yes.
And then Clinton is neurodivergent with autism and ADHD, newly diagnosed pretty much.
Newly.
I wrote about them that there's issues, right? But I wrote pure love.
Really?
Maybe we're not going to see this, but I think that when he's having his moments that the couple themselves calls meltdowns, she like, for her to not get up and walk away after 4 years of this, she like loves him. Like he's giving something to her that's probably very like deep. Do you know what I mean? I know she hates him too, but it's because she loves him. Does that make sense? Otherwise, she would just be like, fuck this, I'm not doing it.
So I guess that I come from a perspective with couples therapy of like, they must be on the verge of like, they're either going to stay or they're going to go.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's true. I mean, I think to be on with Orna, they must be on the verge. I think people should go to couples therapy like as soon as they want to. And it's a really healthy thing to do.
Yeah.
But so I'm assuming they're at like a breaking point. I think he is deeply in love, devoted to her.
Yeah.
What I get from her, because she said it's hard to, so he went from living with his mom to being what he considers independent, living with Shay.
Yes.
But from Shay's perspective, she's like, but you're not independent because he's financially dependent on her.
Right.
Which to me, when they're talking about it, I get that because I've been there where I've like loaned someone money and then like been kind of passive aggressive about it. Like I'm like, well, you did agree to give the money and now you're like a little bit angry about it. But I feel like she feels like she has to be his mom now.
Yeah.
And that's where like the contempt is coming from, where I'm like, you're so over like having to take care of him because they're at such different places. Like she's like, I've built this secure life for myself because probably she needed to at a certain point.
Yeah. She's a boss.
She's a boss.
Like, I have my shit together.
And he's like far from that because he just got his diagnosis, which is like not in any way his fault. And I know she knows that. I think it's like a hard thing where it's like you have compassion for the person, but on a daily basis, it's like she's way light years ahead of like being in this place of self-discovery that he's in. And I just feel her frustration. Like I feel like he melts down, she shuts down. Like she's like,
yes,
it's happening. Like she's just kind of like, but she probably cares for him in a lot of ways and does tons of emotional labor that we don't see. And then when she gets to Orna, she's just like, all right, you talk.
Totally. I just think to be in this kind of dynamic, she has to have this like intense love for him for sure. But I think she's at this point where, like, for example, she paid off all his credit cards and then he bought a TV and a $150 video game and didn't tell her.
What is the video game that costs that?
I don't know.
Is that like an Oculus?
Is that what they're going for these days?
I don't think so. I thought, I don't know, but.
And then he says to her, I bought those things for us. And I was like, babe, I don't know if you bought her.
She said, "Oh, you could buy like a bed for us."
It was a bed.
He had a king.
Twin.
He had a twin, and she wanted like a queen or a king, and he said, "No, I'm going to buy a TV." So that's where sometimes, especially with men, I hate to be gendered, but like sometimes it's like, what are you talking about? You bought a TV and you thought that was going to go like it's like you thought that was going to go over well. Of like so we still have the twin bed, but here is a TV.
He bought the bed too, girl. So he actually went ahead and ran that card up.
I didn't pick that up.
He got the bed.
But
the sneaky stuff was the TV and the video game. I could see him being like, I bought a TV so we could have one in the living room. And that's still annoying because you're supposed to say it. But the video game, hon, that's
where
not
it's
for
tough,
her.
especially $180. That does remind me of like being like when you're like in high school and I'm like, Mom, I need $40 for a shirt, but the shirt is only like $19.99 and you're gonna get like a Haagen-Dazs and like something else at the mall.
Literally, pack of cigs.
That was
give it someone outside of CVS for the pack of cigs.
So that was
why
him.
I need 20.
He's like, okay, I'll get the cheaper bed so I can also sneak in this $180 video game.
But it was cool that Orna went to a specialist who specializes in neurodivergence. And said, is there anything that I'm missing? I thought that was really cool.
And I also like how she has, I want to look up like every person in her peer support group.
Oh,
because
I live for that.
I'm like, maybe I can, I don't think I could afford Orna, but like maybe I could go to one of them if I ever needed their, well, I obviously have two as I've announced, but.
I don't like one of them. I don't know her name. I'll find it out for next week. I love her mentor with the curly red hair.
Okay. I was like, I hope it's not the mentor.
No, I live for the mentor.
Okay.
And when Orna was explaining to the mentor that there's paid cuddling, and the mentor was like, what? And Orna goes, it was cute because sometimes you see Orna's just like a gossiping girl. I mean, that's what a therapist is at the end of the therapist likes to gossip.
Well, yes.
It's interesting. And they're interested in human condition. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what gossip is.
It is at the end of the day.
And I
when
should
they
be a
do
therapist.
The peer, me too. But when they do the peer group, you know that's
just to gossip.
That's amazing gossip.
Because imagine you go to work, you hear Dead Shark Eyes, you can't go home and tell like your partner about Dead Shark Eyes, so you have to go to the peer support group.
The peer support group.
Totally.
But Orna says to her mentor, she goes, "It's a thing," and I was like, "Oh, she's just a girl."
She is. She's like, that's
she's being cute.
Okay, yeah, Shay and Clinton. Let me see. Do I have anything else about? I don't know if I took any other notes on them.
We didn't get much about them yet.
Okay, so this was a perfect example. So outside after the session in one of the sessions in episode 2, Clinton says, can I have a hug? And Shay clearly does not want a hug. But Shay's like, okay, fine. And then Clinton says again, it's okay if you don't want a hug. We don't have to. But Shay's like, no, I'll hug. That's where I relate to my own struggle with being passive aggressive instead of being direct. And I can see it where it's like, you're hurting yourself because you can just say, I don't want a hug right now.
And I honestly related to him because I've said to people, if you don't want to do this, whatever the thing is, I like don't care.
Right.
Like I like don't care. Like I'm offering you something, but if you don't want it, I'll just enjoy it myself.
Totally.
So when someone's being passive aggressive with me, I'm kind of like,
no, it's fine.
I'm like, okay, like I'm good if you don't. It's funny. The passive aggressive person thinks the other person wants it really bad, whatever the thing is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Well, yes. No, yes. Because I'm putting myself in that mind frame where I'm like, okay, I have to do this. I don't have to do it. Why do I think I'm so important to this person that I have to do it? I don't.
It's funny to the person sometimes because the person's like, oh, I offered thinking maybe you'd want this, but like I'm actually okay if you don't.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not always the case, but sometimes it really is.
Sometimes it really is. And I think Shay would benefit from just being like, I don't want to hug right now. I don't want to give you my credit card right now. Like you have to figure it out. But it is interesting. I related to her saying like, she feels like his only resource, like he needs to find a community. I don't want to say he needs to do anything, but I think he would benefit from finding a community he could vet. And I think this is very common in male-female relationships of like, he needs to find his community that he can vent to. I'm sure she has like her girls that she's like, okay, listen, what happened with Clinton this week?
Yeah.
He needs to find that so he can like ask, like, do you guys think I should buy an $180 video?
Literally. Him not having a support system is a lot of pressure on her for many reasons. But even when there isn't neurodivergence present or autism, ADHD, anything, just being, you know,
someone's only person,
main support group when they don't have family, even like that is a lot. But that's not an easy fix. That's going to take time, you know, because creating meaningful relationships really takes time.
Oh my God. I know. It's horrible. You want it to be like, you want friendships as an adult to be like a rom-com where you're like, hey, you, me, hey, magic, we're besties. But it doesn't really work like that.
It doesn't. You have to kind of like marinate.
And like work at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we, wait, last one. Nessa and Drea, together 20 years, met at 19. Not married, honey. And one of them wants it and one of them doesn't.
One of them does not.
Drea, I just want to say, sorry guys, but Nessa wants to refrain from intimacy and travel alone.
And I could never possibly be okay with that. So it's Nessa in episode 2, I'm warming up a little bit, but like I'm struggling with Nessa where I'm just like, what do you think that, like, how do you think that that's a relationship and that's going to be okay?
So do you think that Nessa just doesn't want to do this?
So I think that, okay. Well, let me see what I wrote down. Okay, so I wrote, Drea thinks everything would be better if Nessa felt differently.
Yeah.
And so Drea is holding on to this idea. She said this broke my heart because I've so felt this. In episode 2, she said, somebody would be really lucky to have me as a wife. I just wish it was this person, about Nessa, because she knows Nessa. It's not that, like, I don't think that Nessa takes Drea for granted. I think Nessa loves Drea as a person, but is no longer in love with her. And that probably is because of Nessa's own intimacy issues. Like, there's clearly an intimacy issue if you're saying, I want to be with this person, but I don't want to have sex with them. And I want to be able to just live an independent life from them, but I still want to be with them. It's like, okay, so you're avoidant and insecurely attached to this person at the same time.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I'm going with that.
No, everything you're saying, I was thinking the same thing. This one really threw me for a loop.
Yes.
The only thing I could think of is that they were together so young, right? That you become an adult, and then 20 years later, they love each other.
They
They're
do.
Best fucking friends. You can tell they die laughing.
They were laughing in the waiting room.
They're best friends.
They are.
They both identify as women. So there's this thing where there's like second, like reading each other's minds, like, you know, women's intuition type of thing. Like, you can tell they die laughing together. They do everything dying together, having so much fun. But Drea said her world shrinks when she's home with Nessa.
Oh.
So what's going to happen here, I think, is that Nessa, this is not going to work, but it's going to be very heartbreaking.
Yes. I totally agree.
What Drea wants is to travel, find herself. They've been in the relationship for not too long, but so long. And now that they're adults, one's holding on and the other is growing. But the I'm putting intimacy on hold. Do you remember that part?
Yes.
Where I respect people's, you know, you go through ebb and flow. And I'm not gonna say you have to have sex if you don't want, but there's a lot of this going on where you're like, are you gonna make it the other one's job to break up with you? Are you doing that like coward thing? I can't tell yet.
The coward thing. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, and when they were talking about it, I think Nessa said that Drea had a phase where she was like not feeling like herself. Like, I don't know if it was before or after they had a kid together, but there was a phase where Drea wasn't feeling like having sex and wasn't feeling like herself. And then I felt like Nessa was comparing that to like, so why can't I say I just don't want to have sex, period? It's like, that's different.
Yeah.
If you're saying I want to take a break from even having any intimacy, because it's like, just because you don't feel like having sex, you can still be like feeling intimate with a person. And so I feel like to say we're not doing this at all must feel awful.
Yeah.
And it is hard. But as soon as I saw them in the waiting room and there was a book called Emotional Blackmail, Andrea goes, oh, they did some research on you. And then Nessa was laughing. I'm like, so they can roast each other and laugh.
Yeah.
Like they do care so deeply for each other. So it is so hard that they are not each other's mutual person at this phase in life.
It's true. And Orna's going to have to parse out, like, again, and I always bring it back to this, but like why it's Drea. Like why Drea is the one who's holding on, right? Or is
yes, Drea. Okay.
Why is Drea
holding on?
Like at some point it's the therapist's job to be like, and you? What's up?
Why? Yes.
Because there's always the villain and then there's the one that you're like, what's happening? And sometimes their story is, I just can't let go, and that is fine. But it also could just be like, I have no self-esteem. I don't believe in myself to meet someone new, etc. But I envision a world where they're not together anymore. Oh, they have a kid though.
They have a kid. So they'll always be connected.
Right. But I could see them apart and kind of being like, that's bestie.
I would pray and hope for that.
I know, I love them.
I do. And I want them to still be in each other's lives, although I think that would be hard for Drea because it's like this person just broke your heart. Like, I don't know. But the other thing that came to mind when you were saying, so you don't watch Summer House, do you?
Never seen a single frame.
Well, it's just interesting because it was like basically Amanda who is the villain now because she is dating her very close friend's heartbreaker, like her very close friend's ex-boyfriend that destroyed her.
Everyone has one of those.
Everyone has one of those.
And it's the best friend is dating him?
Yes.
That's horrible.
So but Amanda was previously in a marriage over like 6 seasons of the show with this guy Kyle, who's an alcoholic and like will be like verbally abusive when he's drunk. So everyone was always basically like, I was calling her out on this like message board, not Reddit, but a different message board about the show. And I was like, well, she's choosing to be with him. And then she brings up every single time, you're drinking. Walk. And if he says a single thing, like he was like, well, you don't want to be like intimate with me. You smoke weed and then just like pass out. And then everyone on the message board is like, she can smoke weed. He's an alcoholic. And I'm like, no, I know he's an alcoholic, but there's a reason she's staying in this dynamic. As someone who stayed in unhealthy dynamics, she will never be free until she understands why she stayed in that.
Exactly.
And there is always someone. And I think it's interesting, like, yeah, because a couple, like you were saying about Sienna and Chris, they come in, he had sex with the cuddlers. You're like, what part does she have? But she did stay with someone who had sex with the cuddlers.
Or, yes. And like you're saying, they're coming because things are on the outs, right? And that is the most, I know someone that works on this show and there's a lot more couples that they film.
Wow. Oh, because I noticed that too in the intro. There was some couples that I was like, we didn't see their story.
Just like on Love is Blind, there's random people. Sometimes that you see walking around.
I want to see all of them.
But they only choose to air the stuff that is the most contentious because it's the most interesting. That's why we're here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So it's the stuff where it's like, will they or won't they be together? But I would say that, you know, while we have to always look at our side of the street, sometimes stuff is, you know, there's just always nuance and it's never what you think. And that show, I've learned that in life, but this show has really taught me that.
I mean, when you're getting nuance with a Trump supporter with a skull tattoo, yeah, it's not
you're
always teaching lessons.
I know. Yeah, it's like you think you know, but you have no idea. This is the Diary of Orna.
This is
true life,
like MTV Diaries.
Yeah, MTV Diaries.
you think you know, but you have no idea.
What about Orna's clip-in braids? I love that.
That's new this season, right?
This season, Orna has clipped braids into her hair that are a lighter color than her hair.
Yes, and that are a little bit longer than her hair.
So that's cool.
And she has amazing tattoos when she chooses to show them.
Very like a little line.
A little
her
dainty.
Fashion.
Her fashion's amazing. I mean, she's amazing.
She really is.
For what I would give, probably not her going rate, but I would give something for 5 minutes of her time. And then I would just have to think of like, what's the most important question I have? No, it's like talking to God.
That's so true. I love it when she says, where are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
It's like, where am I?
And she's just so calm. She never gets activated.
Yeah. Well, There've been people in previous seasons that she has said, I'm not the right therapist for you. Do you remember that one guy?
Wait.
Bad guy, bad boy. Tall, mean, didn't work, wore skinny jeans.
Name? What was his
Beautiful
name?
wife. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember any of their names. I have to write it down for this show.
No, I know who you're talking about though.
He was bad, and she said to him, you know, I'm a psychoanalyst.
He was a narcissist.
And she said, because what I do means you have to look inward at how it's affecting others. And every time I say something to you, you always relate to what everyone else is doing wrong to you.
Right.
So in order for me to do what I know how to do, you have to be able to look inward. And he won't go, he didn't know how to do that.
All I have to say is based on the way people act in this world, we need more therapists saying that, because I feel like
I say that. I'm a hostess. I say that to people. I'm like, look inward.
Look inward.
Don't ask me how long the wait is. Look inward.
Who don't look inward and who never have, I'm like, okay.
But that's why I knew I wanted to do the show with you, because the thing we have in common is we're both like, you know, I can really see where I might have been wrong there.
Yeah, where I'm a huge asshole.
I'm open to being like, I love to say, yeah, I could have done that different. It doesn't hurt. Once you do it a lot, it doesn't like keep you up at night.
No, I know. I struggle in relationships, romantic relationships specifically, with the space between when I know I'm wrong and like admitting it. Like I try to hold out. I'm like, I can't believe I have to eat shit right now and say you were right. I was being unreasonable.
I guess I've just always noticed with you is that you're very self-reflective, where you'll be like, and then I did this and it was wrong. But maybe in the actual relationship, it's harder.
I'm very defensive in the actual relationship in the moment. And then like later I'll be like, okay, I was being like, literally today I texted Eli and I was like, where's the immersion blender? Even though I'm like, I guess I could have just looked. And he's like, it's on this shelf. I go, no, it's not. I look, it's on the shelf.
Right.
I texted, it actually was. And he said, LOL. And I knew, I'm like, I need to be like, I know I'm an idiot. But I was like, I'm not even going to respond to the LOL because I'm still proud.
So you're Marjorie.
I'm Marjorie. I see myself in her. I'm like, okay, you're ranting and raving.
No, literally. He's just like,
he's blender's on the shelf. You're ranting and raving. You get your fake news.
Chill. Okay, our wow. Do you want to get to the wow segment?
Wows,
so our wow segment... Something that, our show's called Wow. Wow. Something that made you say, wow, and that you can't wait to see what happens with that.
So we already kind of ended up talking about it, but when Orna in episode 2 called Chris out on, she actually called him out on how open he was. Because he said, I'm open, I'll talk about it. He said, yeah, I have a traumatic past. I'm open, I'll talk about it. And she said, you're speaking it to dissociate. Like he's so comfortable speaking his trauma, being like, this is my story, you know, this messed up thing happened, that messed up thing happened. But she's like, are you doing that because you don't want to actually like look at how it affected you? And then she said, but how does your body feel when you talk about it? And that's when Sienna, his wife, noticed, she's like, your face is red. Yeah. Like it's physiologically affecting him when he talks about it, but he thinks it's not, because he's like, my trauma doesn't affect me though. Like I just talk about it, I'm open.
Yeah.
So when she called him out on being open, I thought, that's amazing, because I know people like that where I'm like, are you actually processing this, or are you just like, yeah, I'm an open book? Saying you're an open book can be a red flag, unless you're Jessica Simpson.
I relate to, when I heard that, I was like, I've done that.
I've done that too, for sure.
I think, and I've gotten a therapist I had for a long time, 5 years. At the end of it, I said to her, I just can't talk in this room at this time anymore this way. Like I'm talking. I needed to move into somatic stuff.
Yeah.
Because I could feel that I was like being all self-aware and stuff, but there was still stuff living in my body. So I think go mind, then go body. You know, him seeking cuddling. Him seeking cuddling. He was maybe subconsciously he's trying to go body.
Yeah, he's trying to go body. I think I need to go more body, because I've gone body and it's changed my life. And then now I'm talking to 2 different therapists, just saying my shit all the time.
I'm going body right now.
I need to go body. I'm calling a cuddler right after this.
My wow moment is not as deep as yours. It really just was when he said Donald Trump was a pop star. That was a wow moment for me. I think people see him as a pop star the way I feel about Lady Gaga.
They see him as an icon.
Taylor.
Yeah, they see him as an icon.
That's bae.
That's bae. They are a hive for him. Yeah. No, it's fascinating to imagine feeling that he shines, but they feel he shines. I mean, and by the way, the cameo in Home Alone is less than 5 seconds.
Hey,
it's like
kid.
if Joe Pesci was the president and doing all the stuff Trump did, okay, I can see where it's like, but he's Joe Pesci.
Right.
But like he's the guy who was in the lobby and said like, hey kid, where's your room or whatever.
So stupid.
That was tough.
That was really tough. But they do say that the pop star or the famous person that you relate to most secretly and see yourself in is the one that you idolize.
Yeah.
Like that's why a lot of like Taylor's really big because a lot of people are like, you know what?
I could
awkward. Do that. Yeah.
I'm the girl that he didn't have a crush on when he should have.
Yeah. And for me, like Lady Gaga, Madonna, I'm like Italian American girl.
Totally.
I go,
Stephanie Germanotta.
That's me.
That's you.
On the message board.
No, it's embarrassing that I'm Taylor, but I am.
A lot of people are.
I really am. And that's
cool.
okay. And you know what she would do? She would go up to a guy and say, I want to sit on your face. I'm so awkward.
She would.
And he would be like, I am Travis Kelce and I'm going to make a lot of money off of you.
Yeah. He said, that's bae.
That's bae. Next season, imagine Taylor and Travis on Orna.
Oh my God, it would be amazing.
If I could control the world, that would be happening.
I have thoughts on that.
And also like world peace, but
yeah, of course. Of course.
Of course.
Well, that's episode 1, recapping episodes 1 and 2.
And then next week, episode 2, recounting episodes 3 and 4.
3 and 4. So tonight, get on your little computer, honey, or put it on your huge TV.
Yeah. Load it up.
Load it up. Thank you for watching.
Bye.